Hi, welcome to Rose Opal Knits, our Knitting and Other Crafts podcast.
This is episode 49, and I'm Daphne.
And I'm Erica, and she's my daughter-in-law. I'm her mother-in-law. And like I said, this is a crafty podcast, mostly knitting, but we do show other crafts from time to time. And we are located in Delaware. And what else?
I don't know the date. What's the date? November 29th?
Something like that.
Hold on. I'll check. Yeah, November 29th. November. Yeah. I was like, wait, I thought I said December.
No.
December.
Not December, not yet. And it is super sunny right now.
It's sunny, but it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
And windy.
And the sun's been going behind clouds some too, but right now it's super sunny out. So, we have show notes in the description box below. You can also find where we are on social media. Instagram, we have a Facebook group for this podcast, and we also have a website. And on our website, you can find our free patterns. And I also wanted to let you know that I just recently, I think it was last week, added them to Ravelry. So for those of you that use Ravelry and you like to keep project pages, if you knit our patterns, then you can now find them on Ravelry. There's 3. So the Arise hat, the Arise cowl, and the
DK weight socks.
DK weight wide rib socks. Because the other one's a recipe, so I didn't put that on Ravelry. But anyway, so that I also wanted to say that I'm feeling a little bit under the weather today.
We both are.
Yeah, well, everyone in the family. But you might hear it when I'm talking, and we both might have to pause for a minute or two. All right, but I think that's it. Anything else?
No.
All
Not right now. I mean, we have knitting to show.
Yep. Only knitting, right?
That's all I have.
Yep. I only worked on knitting this time. No cross stitch or anything. So, all right. Let's go ahead. Finished objects.
One of my vest, but call it.
Oh, that's right.
Not a sweater.
What are you wearing?
It's a Stockholm. Slip over, pull over. I don't remember. But
is that petite knits?
Yes, it's petite knits. And the yarn, so the black is Lions Brand Woolies in just the black color. And then the green is Knit Picks.
I feel like you're kind of out of the frame a little bit there.
What is this? Mighty Stitch. And I like it, but I feel like you can't see it in the camera. But you see how it's like fuzzy?
Oh, it's super fuzzy.
It wasn't when I knit it. But then you see how the Woolies isn't as bad?
Mm-hmm.
They're the same makeup, so they're both 80% acrylic, 20% wool.
But the Knit Picks Mighty Stitch is super fuzzy.
It's fuzzy, but it looks fine still. So, I don't know. Just out of the two, I prefer the Woolies over the Mighty Stitch.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. They do have 2 different feels though. Like the Mighty
Stitch is softer, right?
It's softer, but then like the Woolies feels more wool-like than Mighty Stitch. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I knit more with this yarn, but it's not holding up how I thought it was going to. So, but that's it. How many finished objects do you have?
2. How many do you have?
5.
5.
5 and 2 half objects.
All right, you want to talk about
You want to do hats first?
Yeah, let's do hats. You do your hats.
All right. So, I bought these ones last year. Dang it, I forget what the name is. It's DMC Little Toppers, something like that. So, it's this yarn. They knit 2 different sizes. This is the backcountry hat. I found it on Ravelry. It was a free pattern. So I didn't weave in these ends. This one's actually a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. So I knit this one first. And these are for Paisley. They're going to go in her stocking for Christmas. So this is the first one I did. And it was knit on a US 10 for the ribbing, and then US 10.5 for the rest of it. So that's the first one. And then this is the second one. And I knit a smaller size. And then the little toppers come with these little pom-poms. So that's it.
I feel like we need to say this in case someone's new. There are new faces around here. So Daphne has 3 children.
Oh yeah.
Mason's almost 3, Paisley's 1.5, and Theo is 4 months, and I have 4 children, and my oldest is her husband, and he's 25. And then I have an 18-year-old son, a 13-year-old son, and a 5-year-old daughter. So
yeah.
Now we have that out there.
We forgot that
We
part.
should say that in the beginning. We forget a lot.
We had been,
Mm-hmm.
and then we forgot to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so these are her 2 hats. They both would fit her head, but this one will fit better right now. And then she can grow into this one. And this pom-pom cat is just tied on. So I can just take it off and put it on the next size up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Is that
my first
all
one.
the yarn that came in the bowl?
Yeah.
Like you used it
I
up?
knit
Mhm.
both these and ran out of yarn completely. So
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good use of yarn then.
yeah,
Mhm.
I got to knit Mason his and Theo his too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, those are my first hats.
You go ahead and
Okay,
show
I was
those.
like, do you want me to show my other
Mhm.
ones? And then I made me and Paisley matching hats.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the Wheatley Toque by Julie. Hold on, I'll look at it because it's right on the phone. And mine's not.
It'll be across the screen.
Put it away.
Mhm.
Anyways, so this is the normal version, and then this is the mini version. It's like a cable design.
What yarn did you use for these?
Lions Brand Woolies, thick and quick, in the black color
Oh, okay.
again.
I don't think I realized that.
Yeah.
I like it. We're having lighting issues again today. All right. Very pretty.
And those ones are also just tied on. You can't even see. There's mine not.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mason likes to grab them and pull them.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't like tie them on and then like weave in the ends to try to like make it stay. He'll mess it up.
Mm-hmm.
So those are my hats.
I finished a hat as well. This is the Bramble Ridge by Cozy Up Knits. This marker is where I was the last time I showed it. And is that accurate? Yeah, I guess it is. It is not blocked. But it actually fits. I knit it for my 13-year-old son, Ralph. It fits him really well right now. I knit it out of Malabrigo Rios in the Tormenta colorway. And yeah, Malabrigo Rios. There it is. And at the superwash, so I know it'll grow when I block it, and I don't want it to get too much bigger for his head, but it's very nice. I like it. And it was fun to knit. What? Anything else I need to say about that?
I don't think so.
Oh, I had it in this gnome bag.
Are you entering it in there?
I should get a picture of Ralph wearing it and entering it on Instagram, because I think I have till the last day of the month. Yeah.
I think so. So it
Mhm.
ends tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be good done before tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Do you?
I have
Want
this,
to
and then we have socks.
All right. So why don't you show that, and then I'll show my socks, and you can go into your half objects.
Okay, so I can actually talk about this. She doesn't watch at all.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I knit my sister. I decided I was knitting my sister a sweater for Christmas. So this is it. And her sleeves are long. She only wears crop tops, so it's like super cropped.
Only cropped? Like she doesn't ever wear anything full length?
Not that I've seen.
Oh.
But so this is my Barocco Ultra Wool DK. And I don't know the colorway name. It's just pink. And I don't have the ball bands or anything. So, but it is the Cozy Classic Raglan by Jessie May. And I knit the smallest size. And then I decided not to decrease the sleeves. Kind of asked my brother's opinion on that. He said just do the balloon sleeves. And I did the body where you knit straight and then decrease at the ribbing, like before the ribbing. I forget which version that is, but it's in the pattern too. But, yeah.
I like these sleeves.
I like them. Hopefully she'll like them.
I mean, I wouldn't wear them, but I like the way they look on this
I
sweater.
like this, and I hope it's the right pink. My sister is very, like, I guess she is. She is picky about her pink colors. So, I think this is the right color pink. But we'll see. It's okay.
You're a bit nervous about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is not my color. It wouldn't even fit me. Okay, it's an extra small. I could not wear that. But Christmas is done.
All right, and I finished a pair of DK weight socks. The last time I showed them, I was here on both of them, I believe, because I knit them 2 at a time. And I knit them both 2 at a time. Sometimes I knit them 2 at a time on the same cable, and sometimes I knit them concurrently on 2 different cables. But so this is yarn that I dyed when Daphne and I had our little dye session, and this is also a pattern that I came up with while I was knitting. And let me see if you can see that. So it has on the, let me turn it. There, on the center, I don't know if, wait. It is very hard to see.
I was like, just put it on the foot.
Yeah. So on the center of the top of the foot, it just has this eyelet design, and then it ends. I had it end. But it was fun to knit, and then the heel is a bit different too. It was something I did a little bit different. I'm thinking about writing it up and making it available for free on the website, but not yet. I haven't done that. But so, and I'm giving them as a gift to my friend this Friday as part of her birthday. So hopefully she likes them. I feel like I'm so out of it today. 1x1 rib for 12 rounds. Then I went right into the pattern, and well, there's not much I can say. It's like a slip stitch heel, but it's like an alternating slip stitch rib heel. So it's hard to really talk about it too much. And then there's the gusset decreases, and I did a barn toe, which that's on the website too. The counts for the barn toe in small, medium, and large size on the website. Oh, there we go.
Talk about these ones first, because these ones are easier. I don't know if I can. Alright, anyways, so these are my socks. They're just vanilla. They are fingering held double. So the yarn is, one second. I don't actually have the ball band. I know the colorway is Bella Vista. This is my yarn. And it's held double because I'm giving these to Holden's friend from work. And I already knit one and gave them to the other friend from work. So I felt like they had to be the same weight of yarn. So I gave her DK weight. And then
so you just went ahead and doubled, yeah.
I felt like I had to. I didn't really have to. But the only difference is I knit this on a US 4, which is 3.5 millimeters.
Oh, that's what I didn't say. I knit these on a US 3.
So I don't remember how many stitches I casted on, actually. I haven't even started the second sock.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so I'll figure it out.
You don't remember?
I know, I'll count them in a minute.
Oh, okay.
I'll figure it out. It's okay. But anyway, so it's a 1x1 rib, and then it's just vanilla with a slip stitch heel, flap and gusset, and then a wedge toe. So
I think you said you went down to a 44 instead of a 48.
44?
Does that sound right?
I feel like I did go down.
I feel like you went down a little bit.
Like I'm gonna figure it out in a minute. But I have another sock. Alright. And then my other sock is Holden's Christmas sock. So here it is. Here's where my little Santa was. And it is a wide rib too. It is a 7x2. Yeah, 7x2 with the heel flap and then a wedge toe and a 1x1 rib. And then, yeah, this one. This is in my new bag for Mountain State Stitches. My other one's also a Mountain State Stitches bag. But this one is Holly Press Fibers in the Cornish Sleigh Ride. It's the sock set that I had, so look, these are a hot mess. 1 second. This is the main color, and these are the contrasts. And then I'm going to knit myself a pair too after I finish his. And his, here, I'm going to take this off the blocker actually. When I knit him socks, I actually cut his toe short. So I had 8 stitches on each needle when I did this. And then I stopped. So it looks short.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got wide.
What do you normally go to for yours? That's just a regular stockinette heel.
Yeah, he's got real wide feet, so I feel like the slip stitch heel would be too tight for him. Plus, he doesn't really like to wear socks anyways, so I don't want to make him so he won't wear them. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he doesn't get slip stitches. Okay, so those are my 2 socks right now.
You had 8 on each needle?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what I had.
8 on each needle?
No.
I was about to say, I go down to 4 on each needle. But if you're doing it...
I think I had 6 on that. I don't know.
I go down to 4 on each needle, but I use double points. So, I mean, if you use the way you do it, you'd have 8 on each needle because you were doing it with the 16 inches, weren't you?
Yes. 16 inches. I'm trying to remember. I'm out of it.
Yeah, I use 9-inch circulars and then double points. I don't like doing magic loop or anything like that, so.
Yeah, I've really been into knitting with two circular needles. So that's how I knit these. All right. What do you have any more socks?
I have 1 more sock and then my sweater.
All right, I have another pair of socks too.
Okay,
so.
fine. Oh, I haven't even seen these in a while.
So these are the socks I'm going to be focusing on this week because I'm knitting them for the same friend and I hope to gift them to her this Friday as well. I'm holding them in my Doctor Who bag from Mountain State Stitches. It's several years old. And here they are. So see, I am knitting them on 2 circulars, 2 at a time.
See, that would confuse me too much. I don't know, I have to do them 1 at a time.
So the last time I showed them, I had one here ready to do the heel flap. I did a slip stitch heel flap. And the other one was up here because I had cast them on separately. And then, so I knit the heel flap and did the turn here and picked up for the gusset stitches. And then I went ahead and knit along the front of the sock here and did the slip stitch heel, the turn, and picked up for the gusset stitches and then put them together on these. So this yarn, this colorful yarn is willow tree yarn in the lollipop colorway. And then this is just an undyed skein of fingering weight. They're both fingering weight and I'm holding them double. I am knitting these on a US 4, but I am just following our DK weight sock recipe. I'm knitting the medium size, but I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. I did add not a slip stitch, a knit and purl. You can't really see that. Detail, yeah.
Oh, I knew that. Mm-hmm. We talked about it.
Yeah. So like I said, I plan to finish these and gift them by Friday, which means I won't have them for the next podcast. But maybe I'll be able to do a little video and pop that in the next episode. If not, I'll have a picture. But so let me see if I can show you. Here's the lollipop yarn. I have it in a bag. This is all I have left. So I do plan on using some in the toes, but I don't know if that is enough for the toes. We'll see. But they should knit up really quick. She wears a woman size 8, so.
Women's size 7 doesn't take long.
Yeah, that's a woman size 8 doesn't take too long either, but a woman 10.5.
Yes, I have another Mountain State Stitches
Takes
bag.
a while.
Okay, so this bag has my Sweet Mountain Crafts.
Yeah.
I didn't want to mix up the names again, but I'm sitting here staring at my bags, and I'm like, anyway, Sweet Mountain Crafts yarn in the Rose Opal colorway. So this is where I am. So this is where I was last time, and I do have.
You're using your progress keeper from Tracy Grizzly Knits,
I do have my first one. I guess. Hold on. I guess I should have brought up my other one. It's okay. There you go.
I'll hold it.
That's the first one, but I've had that one done. This is my second one. So it's just a 1x1 rib on vanilla and then slip stitch heel and then wedge toe like normal. And this one is actually, I'm knitting it on a US 2 because I find her yarn to be a little bit more plump. So I'm actually have 60 stitches instead of 64 for these ones. Hey, that's all. I can show you the yarn.
So, yeah. So this is the Rose Opal Knits Sock Set from Sweet Mountain Crafts. Mountain State Stitches bag, Sweet Mountain Crafts yarn. And we are on, what is it, starting on December 1st?
Yeah.
Yeah, on December 1st, we are starting a year-long make-along. If you knit or crochet anything with the Rose Opal Knit Sock Set, or anything that uses this color here, which I call Daphne, this color here, which I call Erica, or this color here, which we think of as the Rose Opal colorway, you can enter it into the appropriate thread on our Facebook group, and we will pull winners every 2 to 3 months, and for pattern prizes. So we are only hosting that in the Facebook group, and with these Rose Opal Knits yarn. And there is a coupon code to get 10% off of your order of this yarn, which is use the code Rose Opal, right? Rose Opal. Okay.
Pretty sure.
Yeah. And all that information is going to be in the description box below.
Oh, here, I have her tag. I didn't think it was in here, to be honest. I always lose them. Because, I mean, someone always grabs it.
One of the little kids. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Paisley was knitting earlier. You can't see that. Sometimes you can. Sometimes it doesn't focus. I'm not going to try to today. But, yeah. So, that's my Rose Opal sock. I'm going to have it done today.
Today?
Today. I'm right here.
That's a bold statement.
I'm going to have it done today.
All right.
We can take pictures of it and put it in the thread on Facebook tomorrow. So, if you don't see it tomorrow, that means I did not finish my sock.
All right. So you have your sweater.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so in this bag, I was knitting my Thanksgiving sweater. And I didn't get it finished, but that's okay because I didn't go anywhere for Thanksgiving anyway. But I did make a lot of progress on it. So this is the Rituals. I just think it's just called Rituals by Joji Locatelli. And she designed the pattern to be 2 colors. And this thick stockinette stripe that you see here is a lace, has a lace pattern in her sweater. But I modified it for the yarn that I have. So the last time I showed it was the last episode and I was up here. So since then...
You did a lot.
Yeah, since then I added all of this. And this is the final color. So once I complete the wide stripe and this color down here, I'll just add the...
ribbing.
Yes, the ribbing at the bottom. So it's going to be a long sweater, which is fine. I like long sweaters. And then I'll just have the sleeves to add. But I tried it on and it fits really well. However, it's going away. It's going in timeout because Thanksgiving is over, and I do have a Christmas sweater that I really want to have done before Christmas. So I'm almost, it's a colorwork sweater. If you've watched us for a while, you'll remember it. Then the yoke is just about finished. I think I have like 3 more rounds of color work and then a couple plain rounds, and then I can split for the sleeves. So I should be able to finish it as long as I devote time to it. But so let me tell you about the yarn. All the yarn is here. Here's a picture of Rituals so you can see that stripes and lace. And all the yarn is Prairie Spun DK by Brown Sheep Company. And each individual color is listed below in the description box if you're interested. Once it's finished, I'll go over them, but so that's it. And you want to show yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's my Christmas sweater because Thanksgiving's over and I finished mine. Anyways, so I'm knitting the Soldotna by Caitlin Hunter, and I finished the yoke, but that was already done. So I was actually, where's my stitch marker? Okay. That's where I was. So I'm on the bottom ribbing right now. And yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say because it is just, I just did stockinette and then started the ribbing so far. And
Here,
I did decide to do the bottom where you decrease evenly around the row and then go into the ribbing. So it does go in. I normally don't do that. I normally just knit straight and then knit the ribbing. But so I did want it to go in, and I think I want to double what I'm at for the ribbing. Can't even see it. No, it's just because the yarn is white. It's hard to see it.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean like another inch, maybe an inch and a half before I actually bind off or anything. So, but that's that. And the colors are all Yarn Bee 44th Street. So here's the tag. And the white is actually ivory. The red is ruby. Green is olive. And this is not turquoise. The light blue is pale aqua. So, and I'm knitting the 3rd size because I didn't want to go up a needle size to make it real loose. Because I mean, it's already a looser fabric. And I didn't want you to see the floats too bad through the white, basically. So I knit a size up so I didn't have to worry about that. Because my gauge was smaller.
Oh, okay. my
gauge was smaller, so I knit a size up so I didn't have to worry about it being
because you didn't want to go up a needle size to get gauge.
Yes.
Because you didn't want it. Yes. Okay. Yep. Gotcha.
Because I kind of had that problem on my Alaska. Because I used white and then I used black.
Yeah.
Well, it's cedar. Mm-hmm. So I had black for the most part and then grays and whites in it. Mm-hmm. So You could kind of see my floats a little bit, but it didn't bother me. But I knew I didn't want that for this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I stayed with a little bit of a denser fabric and went up a size.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm knitting the size 4. But I could be wrong. It might be 5.
Gotcha.
And the needle size was... Oh, man. Sorry, my phone's going off.
There's
I
her
didn't
color
realize
work.
it was going to be...
That looks
Dang,
good.
I don't remember my needle size.
Color work looks good.
I think this is a US 6, which means this is a US 8.
Gonna have a lot of ends to weave in.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that. And I'm thinking I want to just do balloon sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I'll have enough yarn. Because...
Now that is that pattern a short sleeve pattern?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But
And I bought an extra ball of yarn. But, I mean, you can see the hole. So I'm knitting this held double.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 2 balls of this in my bag. And that's all I have left. And they already have holes in them. So I'm like, I don't know if I have enough yarn to actually do...
Full length sleeves?
Balloon sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have to do decreases. And I'm like, I don't want to do decreases. So, I don't know. Thinking about getting one more ball and holding one strand of this with the new ball for each sleeve.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. Because then that involves going to Hobby Lobby again. Kind of don't want to. Just because I don't want to leave the house. Look, my yarn's tangled now. Hold on. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Halden says I should do balloon sleeves. But
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you might be disappointed if you don't.
I know. I like balloon sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the last 2, like, more cropped. They're not, okay, they're cropped, but I only wear high-waisted pants. So, they go to the belt loops.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the top band of your pants for me. And that one's in my Sweet Mountain Crafts bag.
You're all Sweet Mountain Crafts bags today.
This is not Sweet Mountain Crafts. Did I say
I mean,
that? It's
yes.
Noble Character Crafts.
Oh, Noble Character Crafts.
Did I say Sweet Mountain Crafts?
And you didn't have any Sweet Mountain Crafts bags. You had Mountain State Stitches bags. Oh my goodness.
This is Noble Character Crafts.
Yes.
I don't know what I said.
So speaking of Noble Character Craft bags, goes into acquisitions. I have a new one. And it was so funny because Amy of Noble Character Crafts announced that she would have a bag update for her Christmas bags. And I was like, oh, I kind of want one. But I'm really bad at like looking at Instagram regularly or like keeping up to date when people
are going to update their shop?
Yes, So I said something. Oh, so I think Daphne was looking at Instagrams, and she was. I said Instagrams.
Well, no, you mentioned. Okay, she mentioned the bags, and then she's just like, "I want one," but I'm sure they're sold out because the update was like less than an hour ago. But she only makes a couple at a time, and then
more than a couple, but not many.
Yeah, I meant like she doesn't have a huge update normally. It's usually a smaller update. And then they go quick. Mm-hmm. And so if you want one, you have to pay attention and you have to know when her updates are because she doesn't have, she doesn't keep her shop stocked. Mm-hmm. It's just an update and then it's gone once it's gone. Mm-hmm. So she was like, I was
doing the dishes and we were talking about the bags. And so Daphne went to check. And she was like, there's one left. And I was like, oh, that's the one I wanted. So she was like,
do you want it?
Do you want it? And I was
she's
like, oh, well, I don't know. Look, do you want it or not? And I was like, okay. So Daphne ordered it for me.
I like contract 4 people for it.
Apparently there was one left and it was in 4 carts. But Daphne checked out first. So anyway, I ended up with this very nice Christmas bag. And they have a pocket on the inside, and they also come with this little hook with stitch markers, which is really nice. And
that's her small bag too.
In it, I stuck this skein of DK weight sock yarn. This is one of the colorways that I dyed when we had our little dye session.
What do you name it?
What?
Christmas ribbons.
Christmas ribbons. So So I'm gonna knit myself a pair of DK weight Christmas socks. And so that's a new purchase, and that's the only one
I got this one.
that I have.
I don't think I cart jacked anyone though. But then again, it was just like, you gotta be ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one's Sweet Mountain Crafts.
No.
All right, that's Mountain Day Stitch.
Yep.
Whatever.
All right. So I think that's it. I don't
That's
have
all I
anything
have.
else. And oh, sorry. So, well, if you hung around this long, I really appreciate it. I feel like it's kind of been a mess.
I don't feel that great, okay?
No, and the kids don't feel well. It's just like some sinus stuff going on. But anyway, so if you're new and you've stuck around, we hope that you've enjoyed it and you consider subscribing. And for all of you that have subscribed, we really appreciate it. And we're so happy that you're here and part of our community. And it's been really fun. We're almost at 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be
Next
at
month.
2 years at
Right.
the end of December. And we've just met a lot of nice people, very talented, nice knitters and crafters through this whole process. So we hope that you're all well and that you find some time as you enter into the Advent pre-Christmas holiday season to just enjoy yourselves and your families and your friends, and that everyone stays healthy. And we will see you in, what?
2
2
weeks.
weeks. All right. Bye.
Bye.